Hello and welcome back to my channel, Cards by Melissa Minor. Today I have the new Stamps of Life June Stamp of the Month. So on the left here, if you are in the Stamp Club, you would receive this set. This is called Lavish Long Stem Flowers. And you can see here you have these beautiful florals, these sentiments, thinking of you, thanks, I'm sorry, you got this, hello, dream big, embrace the beauty of today, and you are beautiful. And then if you are in the Die Hard Club, you would receive the matching dies. So I'll have a link down in the description box below for more information on the Stamps of Life clubs, or if you'd like to join, and you can use my coupon code MelissaM to earn 500 bonus club points. So here's a look at the dies. If you're in the Die Hard Club, you would receive the stamps and the coordinating dies as shown here. So I have these dies already mounted on the Totally Tiffany 5x7 magnetic die storage sheets, and these are also found on the Stamps of Life website. So let's get started. I want to make some cards with you today. I absolutely love this set, and as soon as I received it, I couldn't wait to get started. So I have my secret weapon here. This helps me stamp a good impression. And I have my Finesse Spectrum Noir black ink. This is alcohol-proof dye ink, and I have a block. So I like to lay my stamp down and then pick it up with my block. I find especially with these florals, you know, they're kind of fragile. It just helps you get a better, it helps you pick up the stamp better. So I'm putting plenty of ink on here. I'm going back and forth on the stamp. And then I want to stamp it here, and then I want to give it a good press and let the ink soak in. And let me pick it up here, and perfect. So that just stamped beautifully. So let me bring in my salt cellar here. This is what I keep my stamp chamois in. And let me clean off this stamp really quick. And then we'll put this stamp back, and then I want to go ahead and stamp the other floral because I want to use both of these on my first card. So let me get this one. There we go. And you want to take these off of the carrier sheet very carefully. And you see here, this is how I set them down and then pick them up with my block. And that's so they don't lose shape. That just helps them keep their shape better. And so the dies will match up perfectly with the stamp. So I'm going to go back and forth, get lots of ink on here. I'm kind of twisting and tapping, getting lots of ink. And then I'm going to give it a good press. And you want to give it a moment just to soak in so that the ink soaks into the paper. And the paper that I'm using is the Spectrum Noir white paper because I want to use the paper that is meant for the alcohol proof or the alcohol markers because I am going to be coloring with the Spectrum Noir alcohol tri-blend markers. All right, so these stamped images look great. So I'm using 3 colors today. I'm using the citrus blend, the purple blend, and the alpine green. All right. So pretty basic coloring, and I have sped this up a couple times, but the first thing that I want to do here is I want to lay down that dark color towards the center of the flower. So I'm going all along the center of the flower here on all of the petals with the darkest color, the darkest shade of the purple. So this is the purple blend, and I'm kind of going all along here. So then I'm going to go ahead and switch to the medium shade, and I'm going to go over that dark color and then extend that out onto the petal. And I'm going to extend that out just a little bit further, and I'm blending it out, and I'm extending it out just a little bit further, but being careful to also go over what I've already colored. And I'm going to go through that on each of the petals. I'll only color one of these florals on camera, and then the other one I will do off camera. So let me finish coloring up these petals here. As I'm coloring this is a good time to give a reminder. If you enjoy videos like this, I would like to invite you to hit that thumbs up button. And if you're not already a subscriber, if you like videos like this, I do post at least once a week. I invite you to subscribe to my channel and also ring that bell for notifications so that you receive a notification each time I release a new video. So you can see here I've switched to the lightest shade of the marker, and not only am I blending it out from the medium shade, I'm going all the way back down to the darkest shade and I'm coloring all over the entire petal. And it may look a little funny on camera here, but as the entire flower dries, it will dry back and look a little different. So don't be alarmed as if you're coloring this if you don't think that it's all blending together perfectly, because it will dry back a little bit different. So that always, I always just kind of, I have to remember that when I'm coloring, that it doesn't look exactly the same as when you're coloring because it will dry back. All right, and this yellow, I don't think that the yellows have too much of a difference, so I am going in with the darkest shade, and then I switch to the lightest shade, but really you could just color one color of yellow in the center because you can't tell the difference on the yellows. All right, and then for the stems, I'm going in and I'm just using the darkest shade of that alpine green just to do the very, that one part of the leaf, and then I'm going in with a medium shade, and then here I'm going in with the lightest shade and blending all of that out. And you'll notice on the middle of the stem, I just went down the center with a medium shade, and then I'm going to finish coloring in the rest of the stem with the lightest shade. And so that completes, I'm going back over the leaf just to make sure that those all blended out with that lightest shade there. So that completes the coloring. You can see there, I think that looks pretty good. So I have now colored both of those flowers, and I'm gonna pick up the dies here and I'm gonna match these up, and they match up perfectly, especially when you lay those stamps down and pick them up with your block. I think that that really helps. So if you find out that your stamps aren't matching up perfectly with your dies, try picking them up with your block before you stamp them. Okay, so I'm putting a little tape on here, and I like to put the tape on the top and the bottom so that it does stay in place and does not move when it goes through my die cut machine, because I don't want this to move at all as I cut this. So let me put a little more tape on here, and then I'll take this over to my die cut machine and I'll get this cut, and then we'll start our card. All right. And look at this. I think these cut beautifully. I mean, these are perfect. Love it. Love this set. This is one of my favorites, I think. All right, so with this card, this is going to be super easy. And I did cut this card base with the A2 basic card base die set. I've started doing that because it makes my card perfect. All right, and this is the abstract floral background die. And I did cut this out using my using the Blue Jay cardstock. And if you have an electric machine, I recommend using this with your electric machine versus your manual, just because it is a very intricate die, and I feel like it cuts better with the electric machine. And I am using the new tape runner. You can see here, this is the new tape runner from the Stamps of Life. And so we'll tape this down. I did put this, oh, I got it a little crooked here, and it lifts right up. If I need it to lift up, I have just a moment to lift that up. But let me go ahead and get this taped down here. And then I probably should have put some adhesive sheets on here. I always think of that after the fact. So let me bring in the Happy Crafter glue, and we'll put a little bit of glue on the back of this abstract floral background die. And you know, you could ink the edges of this, but I really like the simplicity of this Blue Jay cardstock. And I want the tone on tone, so I did take one of the layering dies, just one of the other pieces, and cut another piece out because I wanted just the background to be the same. And I think it kind of gives that look of almost like an embossing folder type look when you do it this way. And that's the look I'm going for. Okay, so I have that all pressed down. Yeah, let me put the lid back on my glue. And then I want to arrange these flowers on the card. I kind of want to stack them up and just overlap them a little bit. Kind of one right on top of the other. And we'll center them up just like so. And then I want to put the sentiment on here. So let me bring in this die set here. This is the Dotted Ovals die set. So let me bring in one of these, and I've already cut this out using some of the powdered sugar cardstock. And I do need to bring back in the Lavish Long Stem Floral set because I want to get one of the sentiments off of there. And I want to use this Thinking of You. So let me pull that off of here. Let me set that down and pick it up. And I already have this block. I probably should have used a smaller block, but I already have this block out and I already have this ink out, so I'm just going to use these. So let me ink this sentiment up, this Thinking of You. And let me see if I can stamp this without getting my head in the way. Yeah, let me give it a good press. There we go. Hold it down just a moment. And there we go. I could have maybe moved it over just a hair, but I think that looks pretty good. All right. It looks all right. Okay. So I am going to put that sentiment, let's see here where I want everything before I commit to putting those flowers down. I want to make sure I have them up far enough so that I have enough room for my sentiment. So let me go ahead. I think since that background, let's see, I think this tape will work. Well, we're going to give it a try here. I'm going to use the tape runner to get a little more tape on here. I'm going to put the flowers right here. I'm going to put them up pretty high on the card. And we will put some more tape on this one. Isn't this pretty? I love that blue with the purple. It's just like so elegant. It's like simple and elegant. I love it. Okay, and then I think I do want to bring in a little bit of foam tape for the Thinking of You, just to pop that up. It needs just a little bit of something. And I don't think I want to add any other embellishments to this. I just want to keep it simple. So let me put a little foam tape. Oh, I'm on camera. You know I have trouble peeling these off. Struggling here. There we go. I got it. Got it. Okay. So let me center this up and give it a good press. There we go. Perfect. And there we go. Here is our first card. Oh, I think that's so pretty. These flowers are just gorgeous. Super simple, and you could really do a lot of these pretty quick. Okay, and then I made another one off camera, and I think I used a different purple marker. But I love both these shades, and I think this turned out real nice. So there's our first card. Now for our second card here, I did color these flowers in the same way. The only difference is I used the ice gray shades for the center, and I used the coral shades for the florals. So same coloring technique, I just used the coral shades for the flowers. So for this one, I want to bring in this A2 Decal Edge card die set. And I cut my base out of that. I used the licorice cardstock. So I've already cut that. And then I use, let's see here, let me bring in my bone folder here and just score that. Let me get that cut, or folded, not cut. And then I have a piece of powdered sugar I'm using for the top. Now, these are the embossing folders set 1. This is the lattice, and then there's a mum. They come in a set. These are the only embossing folders on the Stamps of Life website, but I am using the lattice. And so I used the powdered sugar cardstock. And isn't that so pretty with the lattice? I just thought that the lattice background with these flowers just was perfect. And so I'm going to put the powdered sugar cardstock here that I've already ran through with the embossing folder. I'm going to put a little bit of the Happy Crafter glue on the back of this one since it is raised up and everything. I think it'll make it stick a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and give this a good press here. This was from the layering die of that Decal Edge card die set. And oh my gosh, I just think this is so pretty. All right, and then I did cut another piece for the inside of the card because it's black. So I needed a white piece so we can write our sentiment on here. So this is out of the powdered sugar, and I'm going to use the tape runner for this one. So let me get this tape down here, and we'll give this one a good press. All right, there we go. All right, so we have that. And let's go ahead and lay these flowers down. For this one, I'm just going to kind of stagger them right here. I mean, the flowers are so pretty. There's not a whole lot needed on this card. The flowers really are the focal point of this card. But I do want to bring in the Hello die. This came in the Die Hard Club, so this was part of this set this month. So let me bring in a little bit of this Happy Crafter glue, and I just want to put it on the back of these letters. Now I did go ahead and use the background die here, and I used some vellum from my stash. And then I cut the hello out of the licorice cardstock. And so I'm going to put that right up here. I love the font on the hello. I think that's such a pretty hello. So that looks good. Okay. And then again, since that background has the embossing, since it's raised, I think I'm going to go ahead and use this liquid glue on these flowers. So we'll go ahead and put these down and give this a good press. There we go. And then we'll get the other one glued down. And I kind of want to not perfectly straight, just kind of over to the side a little bit. These are so pretty and so easy to color. Maybe about right here. Okay. Super easy. Love it. All right. And then I think it needs a little bit of bling. So I went looking through my stash and I found these. These are the mirror epoxy dots, and I know these came in a card kit. I don't know when, maybe several months back or way back when, but I love these. I looked on the website and they're not on the website, so I know they came in a card kit, but these are the Stamps of Life. And that's why it's always good to be in the card kit too, because you get all these fun embellishments and you never know what you're going to get. So here we go. I'm finished with this card. So pretty and simple and elegant. I just love it. And of course, I made another one off camera. And there we go. So let me bring in both of the cards that I made today. So we've got these right here, and let me bring in the other ones. And you'll have to leave me a comment down below in the description or in the comments. Did you like the first card better, the thinking of you or the hello? So thanks so much for watching today, and I will catch you in the next video. Don't forget to leave me that comment, and I'll see you next week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.